So the last video I posted was about the key to success being thankfulness, and being thankful for the lessons that we've learned in life, even the hard ones, even if things weren't so great. And then all of a sudden, my life turned into a gigantic leap of faith. Suddenly I was falling into this completely unknown world, this terrifying, debilitating darkness, and I just had to force myself to think that maybe someone or something was going to catch me before I hit the ground. Craziness. That's how I felt when suddenly I was experiencing contractions that didn't feel like the way I was told they were going to, or when the doctors and nurses told me that my baby was in the wrong position and under stress and something was going to need to be done very, very soon. It all happened so fast that it was easy for me to get overwhelmed and to panic, and I very nearly did. But I was reassured by the reminder that kept playing in the back of my head. The reminder that our baby was a gift to us from God. We had prayed for this for years and had tried unsuccessfully to conceive. We went through fertility tests and horrible procedures just to get pregnant. And all during this time, we were praying. But then finally we prayed for the strength to completely give it over to God, to stop trying to make it happen by our own methods. We promised God that we'd do our best to raise our baby in the church and to live a Christian life, or to encourage them to live a Christian life. We finally made room for God to do His work. We relaxed in the knowledge of God's promise and His perfect timing. 8 months, 1 puppy, and a trip to Europe later, we were finally pregnant. Since then, we've prayed time and time again, dedicating our baby's life to God. Even that night, as we were out for our last dinner as a couple, we were praying for our baby and dedicating it to God. So the rational part of my crazy hormonal laboring mind was reminded of this and knew that God would let things happen according to His will, and knew that God would show us His will. When they told me early on that a C-section was possible, I was scared and kind of disappointed. I knew that the recovery could be tough, but I prayed that if it was God's will for this to happen, that He would give me His peace. So when they told me a cesarean was unavoidable and would need to happen ASAP, I felt the peace completely flood me, completely wash over me, and I knew that it was God's will. He had everything under control, and I just needed to remember that.
On July 4th at 2:30 a.m., we welcomed Naomi into the world, our beautiful, perfect little daughter, our gift from God. In the days since, and especially in the hospital, I was continually overwhelmed with thankfulness. We could have lost her, and we very nearly did, but knowing that God had a plan for my baby gave me strength. She was and is a miracle. It struck me one beautiful morning in the hospital, as a gorgeous sunrise flooded into my window, that I sat there not staring at the natural wonder of God's creation outside my window, but that I was transfixed inside, staring at the wonder of creation that was my daughter. And I was thankful. Vlogging with an infant is kinda difficult, but I will still do my best to get videos up. Until next time, peace and God bless.